Hello, welcome to this soggy, wet, Brighton seafront, miserable, wet, soggy, cold Brighton seafront. Today I want to, well, something in the media has angered me today. Usually there's something bumping around in the back of my van. I don't think I secured that table properly. Doesn't sound too good. Hopefully it'll be alright. Yeah, again, something's angered me in the media, but to make a change actually, it's the more liberal leaning media that's upset me today, not the normal sort of conservative Daily Mail style. They're talking, I was listening to LBC Radio, James O'Brien. Usually I love James O'Brien. If anyone has seen his Brexit rants and stuff like that will know that he's definitely my sort of guy. But today they're talking about there's a new court ruling that Uber have got to start paying their staff holiday pay. They've got to start paying them minimum wage. They've got to start paying them from when they open the app, not just when they take jobs, but the whole time that they're working. So I mean, for most people looking in on that, it can only seem like a good thing, really. More workers' rights, it has to be good. But I mean, when you really look at the business model, basically all that's going to happen is Uber are just going to slash jobs. They can't run the risk of having hundreds of drivers sitting around not getting fares, because now they've got to pay them for sitting around. They were saying that there's about 40,000 Uber drivers in London. Well, that's going to be slashed in half. So basically 20,000 jobs lost in London. All that's being championing out of this, in my eyes, is just job losses. And this comes to a further question of minimum wage anyway. Oh, fucking hell, bang. Every time I brake. I mean, I used to work for, I won't say the company, but a big retail outlet. And every time the minimum wage was put up, we used to slash jobs. We didn't sack anyone, but as soon as someone left, we wouldn't rehire them. This is what I see with minimum wage. Sometimes it does a lot more harm than good. But anyway, going off topic, coming back to Uber, and on LBC, they're just, James O'Brien is just championing this movement and just completely ignoring the thousands of people that are out of work. And if you actually talk to Uber drivers, they're scared about this. They're really scared that they wouldn't be in that job right now if they couldn't afford to be in that job. Now, I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, oh, I earn this much and I can live on that. It's all right for me. But then, I'm self-employed, so I don't get holiday pay. But the perks of my job is why I stick with it. Otherwise, I'd go get a job working for a company with holiday pay and all these things. But the liberal media sometimes they just seem to completely they think they know what's best for the working class. They think they know, but sometimes they get it terribly wrong. And this is what it comes down to. Minimum wage and this ruling that's just come on is going to slash jobs. Uber drivers are going to lose their jobs. That's all that's coming out of this. On some positives, I guess some of the black cabbies in London were going to get some more work. But the thing is with the black cabbies in London, I mean, they've been taking the piss for years, as far as I'm concerned, with the charges. When Uber first came about, it's the same here in Brighton. Brighton taxis are ridiculously expensive, and if you're a taxi driver, you can earn a shitload of money, and I'd never not want you to do that. But it was about time that someone sort of put them in check and said, hang on, I think you're taking the piss really when you're going across town for 15 quid in a taxi, 20 quid. I'm rambling again. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you think about the current Uber situation. Is it worth slashing jobs to give better worker rights for the smaller amount that still have a job at Uber? I mean, that is the main question, really. Love to hear your thoughts. That's me out. Bye bye. Come on in. Yeah. Turn the wheel. There we go.